Currently, it's saying 0 people are on the stream, but just gonna keep talking. So, how has everyone's day been going? My day's been going pretty well. Woke up, watched some of the anti-yo-yo cup videos that recently came out. I didn't really watch whenever the stream was going on, so I got to watch some of those for the first time. It was some of the fun routines I didn't get to see yet. Gotta see those. Thinking about like how I want to do in competition in the future also. Because I really didn't do that one at the anti-yo-yo cup this year, but I want to do better in contest for next year, so how do I do that? So that's how my day's been going. Oh, I can't land this trick. I feel like to get better as a yo-yoer, I need to like learn more tricks. But learning tricks is hard. It really is. You start winning contests and you realize that there's always something better you can do. You achieve your goal and then realize there's something more you can do. I think for me, I'm getting pretty consistent. My tricks and everything's fine. I just need to like improve it. Improve it every way. Yeah. Hello, I'm the Johnny Cakes. How does it feel to be a moderator now? You enjoying your power? Please don't ban everyone. Yeah. Hello, Katie Carter. Yeah, yo-yos are fun. I have a lot of yo-yos. Yeah. Here's some of my yo-yos. I keep more yo-yos, but yeah, just the ones I have in the room. I recently moved, so not all my yo-yos are here right now. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I just want to start talking, but then I get into knots. I'm not the best at yo-yoing and talking at the same time yet. How are you? I'm doing well. I woke up and then started watching. So there's an online yo-yo contest called the Anti-Yo-Yo Cup. The videos recently went up for the 1A division, so I got to watch that. It was really fun. There were some people which I got to see how they improved from last year, and it was overall a really nice contest. I competed in it, but I didn't watch everyone live, so it was nice to be able to see what other people did. Yeah, their college paper due the same day. Eli 5667. I think if you practice, you can probably get it. Yo-yo is hard, but like so is passing high school. So is like getting through most things that people learn. I mean, getting a job is hard, keeping a job is hard, but people do it. Yeah. Yeah, one of the drawing cakes, I think you should be able to make poles now. I don't know how you do that though. I have to go now. Well, have a good day. Hope the stream made you. I hope the stream made you a little bit happier. Bye. Yeah. Chat, do you have any yo-yo trick suggestions? I can try them. Have any questions at all? I remember whenever I first started yo-yoing, there were some tricks that seemed impossible. I wondered how people did them, and now I'm doing them. Which ones are your favorite? These are my favorite yo-yos. These are the Titans. There was this, like, it's hard for me to say that at the same time though, because the Titans are like my favorite playing yo-yo ever. The Titans are just so good. The problem is the person that made them kind of committed fraud on his next yo-yo release and then disappeared from the internet. So, I don't like the story behind them, but I still can't put them down because they're good. Hello, Writers YouTube 8. Do I know Drake is? I do not know that. Wait, how many days is it until the new year? I forgot. What day? I don't know what day it is. That's my problem. I don't have a job yet, so I haven't had to worry about that. Yeah. What is the hardest trick I can do? That depends on who you ask. I think this trick is, okay, I missed the first element. There's a reason why it's my hardest trick. Yeah, I think this is probably my hardest trick. But it depends on who you ask. It depends on how you define it. Because I know some single element tricks are really difficult that I can't land most of the time, but there's only one part, whereas that's longer. That's a longer trick. Yeah. Why do we have so many people in stream? I feel like it's a little bit early for a stream to be doing this well. Maybe people are in other time zones, I don't know. Oh, I totally landed that for the first time. I'm trying this trick, and I'm practicing on stream, I guess. It's just a double or nothing, but with 2 yo-yos, which, double or nothing, easy with 1 yo-yo, difficult with 2 yo-yos. I can't land it. I want to have it for contests in the future, because it scores well. Yeah, I need to go to more contests next year. This year I only went to 1 in-person contest and 1 online contest. I've normally went to more. How many yo-yos do I have in total? I have a lot. do my easiest trick. My easiest trick would just be putting the yo-yo in my hand, throwing it, and then pulling it back up. I think that's my easiest trick. Yeah. How long does it take to learn tricks? It takes, so whenever you're first starting, tricks can take a long time, but whenever you get better, the problem is just executing. It's not so conceptual. Whenever I first started, I had a hard time with, figuring out how to get into a mount like this. Like, this isn't that difficult, but figuring out why it works and everything is really difficult. Now I say I can probably learn a trick in a day. Mastering a trick takes longer than learning it, though. I learned this in like 45 minutes or something, but it took me a long time to get it consistent enough for like contests. Oh, my easiest 3A trick? What would it be? You could argue that just throwing the yo-yos is the easiest. I would say, like, that's pretty simple. It's just the assisted mount. Most people don't actually need assisted mounts for 3A. So, do I make my own tricks? Yes, I make my own tricks. It's really hard to be a competitive yo-yoer and not make your own tricks. Most of them are variations of other people's stuff. Like, my hardest trick, which I showed earlier, starts off with this element. That's not my element, so I took that from someone else's trick. But pretty much everything else I made, which some of it does resemble some other people's tricks, but it's all my own. Yeah. Like, that trick is not my own, though. But, yeah. I do make my own tricks, though. How long have I been learning this? I've been yo-yoing for 6 years. You have a question. Do you have a set yo-yo you would give someone who started yo-yoing 2 days ago? I think if you're just starting, Duncan's Butterfly XTs are really good. I don't have any. The reason why I recommend them is I haven't been in a Walmart and actually looked at the toy section in years, but the last time I was there, they were there. I also saw them at a Toys R Us like months ago, but that's a Thailand Toys R Us, so I don't think there's American Toys R Us's anymore, so yeah, that's what I recommend. It works well, and it's pretty easy to get for beginner yo-yos. If you want to get into more advanced yo-yoing, there's a lot of, like, nowadays you just kind of need to like look up what's a good yo-yo, and there's a lot of options. Magic Yo-Yo recently made some yo-yo. I think Magic Yo-Yo N12 is what I recommend for advanced stuff. But even then, like, Magic Yo-Yo K3s are good, and that's nowhere near. So have I won a yo-yo competition? Yes, I have. I got the trophy right here. I got this trophy whenever I won the Thailand National Yo-Yo Contest. I did that. I won it on May 25th, 2025. That's my only contest win. So I'm currently a national champion. Yeah. And with what tricks? So whenever you compete at a yo-yo contest, you compete to music. And so I had 3 minutes to do my tricks to a song. And so it's most of my trick set has changed slightly since then. Some tricks have become shorter, some tricks have become longer, I've learned some tricks, all that stuff. Yeah. Have I ever tried 4A? Yes. I did a lot of 4A when I was like 13, 14 years old. But then I kind of stopped. I just don't like running after my yo-yos. I would do a little bit now, but I want to not hurt the house that I'm in. You want to learn how to do a one-hand bind? I got it. Okay. So there's a lot of different one-hand binds you can do. You just have to figure out which one you want. So if you can do a laceration, you can do a laceration bind by basically just not catching the string. If you're good at like plastic whips and stuff, you can do that. You can also do this one where you just swing it off to the side. Yotrix has some good tutorials on laceration binds. But I do think that this one is probably the easiest, unless you're really good at like plastic whips and stuff. If you're good at plastic whips, learn something that's like a gunslinger. Who is your favorite yo-yo player? My favorite yo-yo player is Hajime Miura, the current 3 world champion. I think he's the greatest yo-yo player of all time. I think Shinji's definitely good, but it takes a lot to be world champion in 2 divisions, and then completely change your trick set and win again. It takes a lot to do that. Yeah, Mir Kim is great and everything, but like, nobody's quite at the level Hajime Miura is. Like, he's so good that he doesn't even have a competitively viable trick set wins. So, that's my pick. I know a lot of other people choose other people, because there's a lot of different people you can say is the best. Yeah. So. Okay, the next World Yo-Yo contest is in the summer of next year sometime, end of summer, in Japan. I hope I can make it. Probably won't be able to though. Because maybe I'll have the opportunity to meet my favorite yo-yoer. I've met like the second greatest 3A yo-yoer of all time, Hank Freeman. So, yeah. I'm gonna keep using these yo-yos. I don't know when I started getting so many viewers. I need to stop banging my yo-yos together. I can't buy more of these. They stopped making these yo-yos. I need to not break them. Plus they're expensive and everything. Like they're not expensive for what they are, but just they are expensive. Oh yes, these are my favorite yo-yos. You cannot buy these yo-yos anymore. The company that made them committed fraud, and so they disappeared. Yeah. I bought them at save38yoyos.com, but they don't make these anymore because the backlash they would get for making more. I've actually thought about, so they didn't pay the company that made their second run of yo-yos. I've thought about paying them to get the files that they sent them. And then I could make some. Because I don't think they have, like, there's nothing that they could do about it. Like, yeah, I might as well accept Canis, because I love these yo-yos. They're really good yo-yos. But wait, if these are called the Titans, what should I name? If I somehow got the files to make more of these, what should I name them? That would... Let's see. What's a play on words with Titan? Baloney? We should name it the Baloney. That would actually be funny though. I just like yo-yos. Yeah. You buy them. Now the problem is if I made these, it would cost. So from what I understand, it costs about $80 per yo-yo because these are super high quality yo-yos. Like most, I could make them cheaper. And just, you know, use 6061 aluminum instead of 7068s. Make a little... Yeah. If I were to get this, I would probably... I don't know what I'd do. Like, we're just assuming that I have the money to just do a whole production run, which I don't. These are expensive yo-yos still. Yeah. Hello, Jello Gamer. I'm surprised we have so many people on the stream. I feel like what's going on is kind of boring, but I guess there's enough interest to where people are watching. One of the Johnny Cakes. Do you know if you can make poles? Just curious. Because when I was on, whenever I was setting up the moderator system, it's told me that. Can you, are you able to make, polls? Are you able to make polls? Whenever I was setting up the YouTube stuff, it said that you should be able to make polls. I think. I don't know how it works though, so. Yeah. Let's see, we could make our first poll. Which is better, 1 yo-yo or 2 yo-yos? Yeah. Well, it's a lot simpler for... yeah. I don't know why so many people are watching me play with the children's toy. So yeah. Originally this was just supposed to be like a test stream, because I'm just trying a new technique of talking more. And so this is just going to be a test stream, not that many people are going to show up, because it's the morning and most people have jobs. And so I was going to just, use this opportunity to get used to answering my own questions and stuff like that most streamers end up learning. And then this ended up becoming my most streamed stream, so I don't know why any of this is happening. I guess YouTube is just pushing my stream better. No idea. Yeah. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah. And this stream really like penguins, so I don't think you can. That's alright. That is all right. I'll try to figure out how I can give you the power too. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. There was actually very few videos about like I was going to find last night whenever I was setting you up as a mod. I looked into how you do your job, like how does everything work as a mod, and nobody had video on how to do your job as a mod. I know you can delete messages, but I don't know how. I'm just... yeah. Do you think that a 3D printed yo-yo would work good? There have been people that have made 3D printed yo-yos. One of my friends made this yo-yo, and this yo-yo is 3D printed. It's never going to be top of the line competitive yo-yo. Making a yo-yo out of metal is still going to be better. But it's okay, wait, I'm trying to get this on. It still works. You can put a bearing in it, it can spin for a long time, but it's never going to be at the same level. Hollywood Modern Yo-Yos, they set up a yo-yo called the Drop, and they recently made the Drop 2, and that's pretty good. I think it's been used in contests before. It's not like the best yo-yo ever, but it works. I've heard one person say that they think that that 3D printed yo-yos is the future of yo-yo. I don't think that. It's really hard to say. Like, I forgot the unit of measurements, but polycarbonate is 1.2 grams per something. But 6061 aluminum is 2.7. And one of the things is, we make yo-yos like this, where you're trying to put all the weight on the rims, so that way it spins longer. And so because of that, I just don't think that 3D printed yo-yos are going to go well. Yeah, you won't ban them unless they're being mean. Or they're being weird. If people are being weird, like on the first time they're watching my stream say "love you" again, just ban them. Yeah, don't. You can ban people for just being weird. Or, yeah. I don't want to have people saying weird things in my stream again. That's the reason why I made you mod. My one mod. If my streams for some strange reason go viral, sorry, you're going to have to moderate thousands of people all by yourself. I might make one more mod. That'll be radical change. Wow. This feels like the fastest stream I've ever done. It's already been 30 minutes. I still don't know why people are watching this. There's a lot better things we can be doing with their life than watching a streamer play with the yo-yo. Yeah, it feels like 8 minutes compared to the stream whenever I was streaming to one person. Yeah, remember, you have the ability to like the stream, so you can use that responsibility however you like. If you like the stream, you can like it. If you don't, that's fine. Yeah. There are people that stream the entire night of them sleep. That is weird. That is really weird. Yeah, I don't know why people would watch that. Okay, so maybe someone playing with the yo-yo and then talking to the chat, it makes more sense than that. Question for the chat. How often do you see videos of yo-yos? Is it often? Is it not? Have you ever used a yo-yo before? I remember my first time using a yo-yo was back in like 2017. I was in, what country? I was in Vietnam. I saw a yo-yo at a mall, underground mall thing. And so I decided that I was gonna get it and start using it. Then I took a break and I got back to using it back in 2019 whenever I really started yo-yo. I'm probably going to need to be heading out soon. I need to start applying for jobs, because that's what adults do, apparently. Or they have one. One of the two. I don't know. Practically ancient now. Getting a job. Trying to get a full-time job, that's crazy. Yeah, the difficult part of yoga is having the patience at the beginning. Once you get over that, it's pretty simple to just... Because you can try a trick like what I'm doing now. There's this trick which I keep on practicing throughout the stream. I don't have to keep practicing it over and over again to just have another trick. Yeah, because I can do a whole bunch of tricks which I can consistently land. But at the beginning, the first trick is the trick you need to do all the other tricks. So, yeah, no matter if you're starting a different style, it's the same thing. You're 3D printing your yo-yo now? That's cool. I know someone that 3D prints a lot of yo-yos, and it surprised me how well 3D printed yo-yos work. And they're still not the highest quality yo-yos ever, but they can work really well. So, I think it's really cool that people can start designing yo-yos without having to pay thousands of dollars to get their yo-yos machined, you know. Yeah. What was the first trick I learned? I mean, the first trick I learned is how to throw the yo-yo and get it back to my hands. I'm a little bit past that now, just a little bit. Yeah. But we're talking about, like, other tricks that I've learned. I mean, first advanced trick I learned was probably, you know, this, a trapeze. And I don't even know what my first trick that I learned with 2 yo-yos is. Wait, well, I think I might have learned how to do this. I also might have learned this first. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna end the stream now. Glad to have talked to all of you. Hope you have a good day. Bye.